Yo! What's good? Yeah. Happy Wednesday. We halfway through the week, y'all. We almost there. We almost at the weekend, baby. Yes, sirski. Yeah. We almost there, man. We almost there. I hope y'all have had a beautiful week so far. I hope y'all have had a great week. I love y'all, man. Come settle in, kick back, relax, and just chill, man. Just chill. Get comfy. Yes, sir. Yup. Oh, man, how was that game last night? We had the Emirates Cup final last night. That's what the whole show is going to be about. We're going to be talking all about the Emirates Cup. But yeah, man, so yesterday we had the championship for the NBA Emirates Cup, the second one in its existence, right? And I mean, really outside of that, what did we oh, we did a Costco run yesterday. Yeah. We did a little Costco run yesterday. Now for us, we would probably go to Costco more often, but it's just a little ways out. And the road you got to take to get there, or the highway you got to take to get there, it's the most packed, the most jam-packed highway, especially at rush hour. It was just, but we made it there. It actually wasn't too bad yesterday, but we were able to stroll around. And, you know, when you do that at Costco, you get put in the vortex and you just start picking shit up. So, yeah, we ended up in that vortex yesterday, but yep, we got some of the shit that we needed. We did lobster last night. We got some lobster last night, so that was fire. We had some lobster. So that's how I kicked it after the championship game. I had some lobster and we just kicked it for the night. But it was great. And now we're here. Ran this morning with my homie. Did a little 3.4 miles. Oh, actually, matter of fact, I don't even think I posted it this morning. Did I? I did not post it this morning. Let me actually post it before I forget. Yeah, so we got a little 3.44 miles in this morning. It was nice. It was great. So I've had a real wonderful day so far. I feel like I'm kicking today's ass. But yeah, we'll get right into it. Now, before we continue, please like, comment, and subscribe. All that good shit. It really helps the channel out. We're trying to take this to the moon, y'all. We're trying, and we're not going to stop until it does. And in order to do that, I'm going to need your help. So please do so as we continue this show. And thank you guys for hanging out with me and coming in. And as always, welcome to another episode of the Jayson Estrera Show, where we talk about basketball, sports, and any other topic that comes our way as accurate as possible. And now we have the Milwaukee Bucks as the NBA Emirates Cup champions in its second year of existence. So last year it was the Los Angeles Lakers. This year we have Milwaukee Bucks, led by the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, also with Damian Lillard, Brook Lopez, just the cast that they have. But, before we get into the actual game itself, I wanted to take some time and talk a little bit about the NBA All-Star Game, which got announced, I think it was like Monday, right? On Monday. So there was an official release, right, on the 17th. So yesterday, actually, the 17th, yesterday. The NBA and NBPA announced new format for the 2025 All-Star Game. So it's going to be a mini tournament with 4 teams and 3 games. 2 teams will meet in one semifinal game, game 1, and the remaining 2 teams will meet in the other semifinal game, game 2. The winning teams from game 1 and game 2 will advance to face each other in the championship game 3. For each game, the winner will be the first team to reach or surpass 40 points. Each team will have 8 players and be named for a TNT NBA analyst. The 24 NBA All-Star selections will be divided evenly into 3 teams, with the rosters drafted by TNT's Inside the NBA commentators and honorary team general managers Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. So there's going to be 3 teams, right? 2 teams will meet in one semifinal game, game 1, and the remaining 2 teams will meet in the other semifinal game, game 2. So there's going to be 3 teams. So the 24 players that get drafted into the All-Star game, they will be split up into 3 teams, so 8, 8, 8. And that's how that's going to shake up. Their general managers will be choosing those teams, and that's, Charles, that's Barkley, Shaq, and Kenny Smith. Now, this draft will be conducted on Thursday, February 6th. Got it. Okay, so this is the part that I was interested in. The voting process to determine the 24 NBA All-Stars will remain the same. Actually, why don't y'all just read this with me? That was fucking dumb what I'm doing. Here you go. Why don't y'all just read this with me? Will remain the same. The 5 players honored as starters in each conference will be selected by fans, 50% of the vote. Current NBA players, 25%, and a media panel, 25%. The 7 players honored as reserve in each conference will be selected by NBA head coaches. And the 4 All-Star Game head coaches will come from the coaching staffs of the teams with the best regular season record in each conference through games played on Sunday, February 2nd. All-Star team and assistant from one of those staffs will serve as a coach for the Castro Rising Stars champion and an assistant. So, and then this is the other part that's important. The 4 teams participating in the NBA All-Star Game will compete for a prize pool of $1.8 million, with each player on the championship winning team receiving $125,000. Each player on the second team receiving $50,000, and the player on the third and fourth place teams receiving $25,000. So, and then the 4th team, I don't know if they specified it here, but the 4th team will come from the rookie-sophomore game, right? So 3 teams will be made up of purely all-stars, and the other team will be from the winner of the rookie-sophomore game. So, there's a lot to unpack here, right? There's a lot to unpack. My first thought is, you guys changed a lot. You guys changed a lot, but didn't change the voting system. Because, technically, there are no starters or bench players. Everyone's just an all-star. So, what's the point of creating a separation? At least in this year, just make it a pool. Right? So that's one thing that I didn't understand. Right? Just have a pool of all-stars. No starters, bench, whatever. Just cut that shit out. Everyone's just an all-star. Everyone gets to be on an 8-team roster. Right? And so, having the starters and bench thing is kind of pointless. Also, how are they going to build these teams? Right? What if there's a lopsided amount of guards versus the bigs, or whatever the case might be? right? How will these teams shake out? Are we going to have a team that's ginormous compared to everyone else, or a team that's so much smaller compared to everyone else? How will that work out? And then, like I said, obviously the voting, right? The voting is just very interesting to me. But more importantly, I expected them to either add money or put a pool of money for the winner, or to actually go through with this tournament style shit that they're trying to do, right? And I didn't think they would do both. I think it's dumb that they do both, because they could have just kept the old format and put money on it. But they didn't do that. So before we continue, let's just hear what Kevin Durant had to say really quickly.
NBA All-Star game format, it has been confirmed. So there will be 3 teams of All-Stars with 8 players each, and the Rising Stars winners. Okay, you got all that? There will be 2 semifinal games up to 40 points, and then a championship game with each player on the winning team getting $125,000. Hey, Kevin Durant, how do you feel about this change?
I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's terrible. All-Star game, formats changing, all the formats, terrible in my opinion. And we should just go back to East-West and just play a game. I think we've been trying to, bring that flair back somehow with the All-Star weekend, but I think we just keep it traditional. But we'll see how this one works. You never know. I might be wrong. I'm just another guy with an opinion.
So that's what Kevin Durant had to say. Absolutely terrible, says Kevin Durant. And I couldn't agree more. Right? They had an opportunity if they were willing to put money on the table. Why don't you just remember in science class, right? You minimize all the moving variables, all the variables that you can't control, right? And just have one thing that you change so you can actually test it. They had an opportunity to do that. They could have just put money on the table and see how that impacted the game. Because now, whether this works or fails, there are so many moving parts. There are so many different segments of it that when they go back and look at it, I think they would have a very difficult time in pinpointing what the actual problem is. Is it the players and their effort? Is it the motivation? Is it the money? Is it the style, the competition? Whatever. It's going to be hard to pinpoint. Because if they would have kept the same format and just put money on it, and, for example, the players don't perform, well then, okay, then it's a format issue with the game, and it's the style of the game that they're playing, not necessarily the money. Or, if they would have put money up and they all of a sudden competed, well then, you don't have to change anything. You just solve the issue. And yeah, you're going to have a bunch of people that are going to be mad. Oh, you got to put money. You got to throw money at millionaires and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool. They're going to have that opinion regardless. They have that opinion because these guys are overpaid. That opinion isn't, it's not specific to the All-Star game. That people that have that opinion have an issue with the NBA and sports and the way that money is divvied out with these athletes. That's a completely different conversation. But now they don't get that. How are you going to actually pinpoint what the issue of the All-Star game is when you've just completely revamped it? Okay, well then, if like I said, if they were to put money on it and it didn't work out, then they can go change the format and not have to put money in it. It just it doesn't make sense. And the other part in it too is, what's stopping Adam Silver from sending an email out that says, "Hey, y'all better play hard. Y'all better play hard, or I'm gonna fine you guys. Put in some effort, run back on defense, or I'm gonna fine every single one of you guys." What's the harm in that? You guys fine people for a lot less. So the middle finger on national television gets fined, but not trying at an all-star game, which essentially is also a middle finger at the on national TV. That's acceptable. Just fine them. What's the problem with that? But they'd rather do something drastic, a massive change. And listen, I get it. I get it. The NBA has a lot of money tied in with all of these new deals. And they need to go out of their way to appease all these different stakeholders and all the ownership. They have to go out of their way. And clearly there are some people in the NBA camp that think that the way to generate eyes and the way to generate money is to do something extreme and extra, not realizing that the beauty of the game comes from the simplicity of the game, right? Like when you watch dramatization of like animals on TV or whatever, right? When they, like on Shark Week, when they make up some bullshit about what sharks do. And I'm sitting there like, why are you lying when the real thing is unbelievable? Like the things that sharks can do on their own, the way that they could jump out. Have you ever seen a shark jump out of water? They could jump out of the water. Like the things that they could do in real life are unbelievable on its own. You don't have to stretch the truth. You don't have to do nothing extra. You don't have to do some excessive VFX to try to make it. No, just get the actual thing. And this is one of those scenarios where, you know, new ownership or new management comes into a restaurant and all of a sudden they want to add another 30 dishes on the menu. And it's like, whoa, buddy, we had a great 8. We had an unbelievable 8. But along the way, people kept adding shit. Now we got to worry about all this other shit. And the quality of those great 8 have diminished over time. We have to focus back in on what's important, and that's the game itself. And if the commissioner can't send out an email or make a statement that forces these guys to play, you guys can't just put money and not change the format to try to create a change, but instead you guys do everything. Like I said, they're going to have a tough time, because ultimately, whether this succeeds or fails, they're not going to be able to pinpoint what it is that made it work, therefore making it difficult for them to recreate it, good or bad. But that's just an opinion that I have, man. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe it works, maybe it don't work. We're yet to find out. So before, we're going to get into the game in just a second, right? We're going to get into the game in just a second. But before we do, I want y'all to see this really quickly.
With Richard Jefferson, Mike Breen on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. Doris Burke will not be with us tonight. Doris not feeling well, and I think it's important to state that her absence and illness has nothing to do with the amount of money she lost on the blackjack tables in recent days. The authorities need to know that. With Richard,
I'm weak. Yo, Mike Breen is a savage. That is diabolical, Mike. Mike Breen. Mike. You can't do our girl Doris like that. Please tell the authorities. She is not. It is not because of the amount of money that she lost at the blackjack table. I mean, if I lost enough, I'd be sick too. That is comedy. Mike Breen setting the tone for this game. Right? And the Milwaukee Bucks took it, man. The Milwaukee Bucks took it 97-81. And, you know, it was a truly back and forth game up until the second half. It was that third quarter that really shifted things. And before I continue, I just need to remind y'all one more time. Right? This is the reality, right? When it comes to companies, you got to rebrand every 5 to 10 years. Just pay attention. Daniels is making a name for himself. You guys, where's the shit? They're talking about all these other things. Hey, man, if it's true, it's true. Oh, here it is. This is me choosing who I thought would win the game. This was on 2 days ago. I think and is saying this is gonna go to the Milwaukee Bucks. So I had the Milwaukee Bucks winning this shit. I thought that they were gonna take this game, and a lot of it had to do with Giannis. And I said it during the game last night. Me choosing the Milwaukee Bucks wasn't because I thought that they were necessarily the better basketball team at this point in time. Last night they were. But a lot of it revolves around Giannis. Now, the final was 97-81. Another low-scoring game in an NBA that's supposed to be all about offense, right? The Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors in the quarterfinals was 91-90. OKC Houston 111-96. Obviously, last night's game, I just told y'all, 100-108 was the Atlanta Knicks game. And even at 110-102, the Milwaukee-Atlanta game. These are all pretty low-scoring games. And when you get a game that's like that, it goes in Giannis's favor, right? I think it was Richard Jefferson that said it last night. When it's a close game, Giannis is the best player. No. It was Bob Myers that said it. When it's a close game, Giannis is the best player on the floor. And he's a super impactful player. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense. He's so tall, big, strong, athletic. I saw a post earlier that said everybody want to play physical till 34 come into town. And that's facts. Some of the things that he was doing, you can't recreate. I said it before. Team defense is great. All that team defense stuff, it's unbelievable. And it works until you have an individual that could start breaking y'all down one by one. Because once one person gets beat, now someone else has to help, and now he drags attention, and it's a domino effect. And that's exactly what we saw, and that's what we've seen with the Milwaukee Bucks as of late. The other part in this, too, is Giannis has been the darling of the NBA. He's extremely popular, and the NBA loves him. The charisma, the jokes, the almost innocent manner that he goes about life, that is, sometimes it's like he don't know any better. All of those things are things that the NBA really tries to sell. And so when you get in these close games and you get such a physical player like Giannis, he tends to get those calls. And that third quarter, right? That third quarter to me was everything. Right? But let's start at the beginning. So boom. Game starts in the first quarter, right? Guess who picks up 2 quick fouls? Lou Dort. Lou Dort picks up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. Giannis and Dame are, they're starting to simmer. 6 and 7. 27-28 was the total going into the second quarter, right? Quarter 2. Lou Dort picks up another foul. Guess who picks up 2 other personal fouls in the second quarter? If you would have thought Isaiah Hartenstein, then you would be correct. So, going into halftime, the Milwaukee Bucks had committed more personal fouls, actually, than the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've committed 12 personal fouls to the Oklahoma City Thunder 7. But who those fouls are on the Oklahoma City Thunder are extremely important. So going into halftime, Lou Dort had 3 personal fouls and Isaiah Hartenstein had 2. Those 2 guys are the primary defenders for Giannis and Damian Lillard. And it was 51-50. The Bucks were up at halftime. And in the third quarter, we saw the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 26-14. And Shea picked up 2 fouls in the third quarter. Hartenstein picked up another one. Jalen Williams picked up another one. While Giannis got 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. I mean, talk about complete dominance. And this play I thought, or these 2 plays I thought, was the best example as to what was going on with the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Antetokounmpo stumbled with the dribble. Shot clock down to 6. Wallace on Giannis. Gets inside, left. That is impossible to guard down. Caruso gets past Antetokounmpo. Sidesteps, blocked by Antetokounmpo.
Oh! We got to look back at that.
That is impossible to guard down. Caruso gets past Antetokounmpo.
Oh!
By Antetokounmpo out of bounds. Giannis with the...
So, that was a ticky-tack foul if I've ever seen one that they called on Alex Caruso right there on the Giannis layup. Probably shouldn't have called it, but whatever. Even though he got hit on the hand. And then Giannis goes and blocks Caruso. And the shit bounces off of his bald head. Like, I mean, like, talk about adding insult to injury. That was the game. 74-64 with a minute 37 left in the third quarter. Giannis is bullying everybody, getting the foul. Imagine this, right? If you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, you're the ones getting hit on offense and on defense, and you're the one that they're calling the foul on. Meanwhile, Giannis everywhere, grabbing a rebound, bringing it up, pick and roll, lay up, post up, spin, lay up, pat. I mean, blocking everybody. I would be mind fucked too. And any of us would be mind fucked. Be like, wait a second, y'all. He don't need help. That's what I'd be looking at the ref. Ref, peep, check this out. I get it. He don't need help though. He don't need y'all to help him. We can't guard him on his own. And there was foul after foul in that third quarter. It completely took the Oklahoma City Thunder out the game. Completely. You could tell they were checked the fuck out. There were some shots that I think there was one time they came up, passed it, swing to Lou Dort. He just immediately shot the three. He's like, I don't even know when the next time I'm gonna shoot the ball. He's like, I'm gonna just get one of these bitches up. Shea was coming down, straight down, bump, shoot. He did it like 3-4 times. Couldn't find a bucket. Checked out of the game. And this is exactly what I expected. Because like I said, Giannis is the darling of the NBA. The NBA loves Giannis. He's super marketable. He's got a great smile. He plays out of this world. His character is bigger than life. The kids love him. He's all for... I mean, it's so many positive things, but this is a result of what that is. You know, I remember when Melo said that the referees told him, hey, all that bully ball shit is no more, Melo. And to an extent, it was true. It's just reserved for certain players now. So Giannis can play bully ball. That's fine. Jokic could play bully ball. That's totally fine. Joel can kind of play bully ball. You got to be careful, though. Luka can kind of play bully ball. They just won't call fouls for him. You know, Tatum plays bully ball. They let him get away with fucking murder sometimes, it looks like. So there are certain people that they still allow to play that way. You just have to be on their good list. And, you know, Giannis has been that. And that's not to take away from the run that they've been on, because they've played incredible. Right? Giannis has finally understood that, when he said last year, Dame, this is your team, that they both knew he was bullshitting. And they went the whole season pretending like he wasn't bullshitting. And now they get to this and it's like, listen, Giannis, you're like 40-15 with like 9 assists. Go do that. Like, we don't need you at 24-12. No. We need you at 40-15. Dame will go figure it out. Hezzo favorite color, Mellow. What's good, Elijah? But yeah, man, the Giannis bullied the fuck out of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and like I said, it wasn't even a size thing, right? Because to an extent, Hartenstein can kind of contest him. That's why it was even remotely close for most of that game. But when you're not getting some of these calls and you get this guy that's able to run through your chest at 1,000 miles per hour, it kind of checks you out of a game. And that's just the cold, hard truth. Nah, damn, what do you mean? And that's just the cold, hard truth. You know, people were talking about Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren. Are we serious? Like, what is Chet about to do with Giannis? Like, what the fuck is Chet about to do with Giannis? Not a goddamn thing. So I don't think it would have helped. I think this was it was written. Like, it was written. It was written, and it was gonna be the Bucks. It was gonna be the Bucks, and it is what it is. I blew my entrance. Hey man, the Oklahoma City Thunder blew it last night too. Now, what else did I have to say about these boys? I mean, really, it was. I'll also give Dame his credit. I think it was the beginning of the second half or the second quarter. The second quarter, when he came out and hit those 2 threes, he hit the step back in the left corner above, like, it was an unbelievable shot. And then he hit another one. And Dame has historically, he's always been really good at that. Right? If you remember on the Portland Trailblazers, every game he would start with a logo 3. And it was essentially setting the distance. Right? You got to come guard me all the way out here. And I think even when Dame isn't necessarily shooting well, forcing some of those shots does help Giannis, because now it opens up some of those driving lanes. They can't help off of him. So I do want to give some credit to Dame. He had like what? He shot incredible last night. He shot really incredible last night. All periods. He had 23, 6 of 12 from the field, 5 of 10 from 3, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And then for Giannis, 26, 19, 10 assists, 10 of 19 from the field, 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Like, he could have easily had 30 last night. Very easily could have had 30 last night. The only other players in double figures were Brook Lopez with 13 and Gary Trent Jr. with 13 as well too. And then for the OKC Thunder, Shea had 21, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, shot 8 of 24. Kobe. Not the Kobe you want, but he shot 8 of 24 last night, 2 of 9 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line. Jalen Williams, 18, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 of 20 from the field, 1 of 4. Just bad shooting. Just very, very bad shooting. But, just a note. Because, the other day I was talking about how I think Shea has added the jump stop. Like, a very simple thing that he added to his game. He always shoulders. He'll bump into the step back or bump into a pull up or bump into a fake. 8 out of 24, Kobe. I mean, it is what it is. That's what it is. He loved Kobe a little too much, apparently. But he added the jump stop. And like I said, I think it was catching people off guard because they expect him to shoulder bump. So seeing him into a jump stop and shot, I think people were a little bit thrown off. But what I did notice, now his 3-point shot was never, or it's not unbelievable, right? He's not an unbelievable 3-point shooter by any means, right? He's a good 3-point shooter, a streaky 3-point shooter, but he's not a great 3-point shooter. And there was a couple of times, and I don't know if it was just the situation and he was just trying to put some shots up, force some shots, but he had a couple of pull-up threes that just when I'm watching him, someone who's so fluid in the mid-range, his moves are so smooth, his pull-up 3-point shot does not look like that. It looks forced. It almost looks like there's a hitch in it. So I think, in his maturation, right, in his development, I think he should probably take a look at the way he shoots his pull-up 3-point shot, because it doesn't, in no way looks like his pull-up midi at all. It does not look like his pull-up midi at all. So just something that I noticed with Shea, because he's a really, really good player. And if he can add that to his game, I mean, sky is the limit, right? Sky is the limit. But I do have to talk about this again because I think the audio is a little fucked up on Monday. But I think this NBA Emirates Cup championship, the final, is a precursor to what we're going to expect from the NBA moving forward. And what I mean by that is this. When was the first championship for the 2014, 2015 was... Okay, so 2014, 2015 was the first MVP award for Steph Curry. Excuse me. And he led his team to a championship, right? 2014, 2015. Last year, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors did not make it to the playoffs. We've had a good 10 years of this three-point shooting era shit that they have been pushing. And I've said it many times on these shows, right? This year is all about defense. And what I'm realizing is it's not just this year. The NBA is currently in the process, I believe, of doing a rebrand. You know, we give a lot of shit to the NBA for the missed calls, the referees. We want the old game. We want this. We want that. But I want to give the NBA this credit. I think that they listen to these critiques very, very intently. I don't think it's one of those things where they hear the loud noises of people complaining and just completely ignore them. I think that they try to figure a way to fix it. Now, here's the reality when it comes to basketball, right? People complain no matter what. That's big facts. That's big facts. But think about it like this, right? If they made a sudden change to the league with the way that they call everything, the rules, if it all of a sudden, if 2024 all of a sudden looked like 2004, a lot of people would be really mad, right? And so the process of changing a game takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And so to get the NBA a little bit closer to what it was before, it's going to take time. But I'll be honest with y'all, I think it's happening right before our eyes. The league do a good job of a lot of their complaints they ask for. 100%. Like, if you look at that game last night, right? 97 to 81 is old school basketball. Giannis living in the paint, drop steps, spins, layups. Old school basketball. One-on-one basketball. This shit's straight out of 2002. The way the Milwaukee Bucks play, I mean, it makes sense. Doc Rivers been around basketball for forever. It makes sense that he has a more traditional style of play. But the way they play, all right, I'm going to go one-on-one. All right, you going to go one-on-one on the other side. Bop, bop, bop. This shit is straight out of 2004. The way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays. Pop, pop. Get you to the mid-range. Bump. Fade away. Bump. Bop. Okay, straight out of history books, the way these guys play. And I don't think it's an accident. I don't think it's an accident that these two teams made it to the NBA Emirates Cup championship. I think that these teams are the styles of play that the NBA is currently trying to promote. We had the Warriors be a part of two of the heaviest defensive games this season on national TV. We had the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder match up, the 1 and 2 team in defensive rating this year. So to all of those people that are complaining about, oh, we want the old NBA. No one plays defense anymore. No one da-da-da. No one Hey, check this out. Shut the fuck up for a second and watch this shit. Just shut up and watch the game for a second. We could complain after, but just watch what's going on real quick. Because, like I said, it's very remnant of old basketball. If you're seeing the way Jokic has been dominating guys post play, he's been in the post a lot this year. That's why his efficiency is so high. Old school basketball. Luka is a one-on-one demon. It's like an old school. But for real, what you said. And to your point, Elijah, people are still going to complain. And I think that ultimately the NBA is going to do what they want. Right? They've made that clear. They're going to do what they want. They move to the own beat of their drum. Like they don't care about others. They'll listen, but ultimately they're going to do what they want. But like I said, it's been 10 years since the Golden State Warriors' first championship. Any massive brand needs to rebrand themselves every 5 to 10 years. It has to happen just to keep things fresh, to get new people engaged. And some people that are been around for a long time are going to get mad at some of the new changes and da-da-da-da-da. Listen, it's going to come back around. They've let these games be physical. Guys are getting after it. They're competing. They're beating the fuck out of each other. Stars are being stars. This is the shit I grew up on, y'all. Like, this is what I grew up on. And I get it, there's still going to be teams that are putting up a lot of threes. You know, the Boston Celtics are probably the best example of a team that kind of meshes both together. And that's why I think that ultimately in the end they'll be the ones competing for a championship. But like I said, I think the NBA is trying to promote this new style of basketball. And their initiatives to go into Europe, talking about the grassroots of basketball and all this stuff, I think it's all to tell this story. Right? That's what they could do, right? They have to be able to create a story and a narrative out of this. Oh, we had the 3-point era. Okay, we realized it was wrong, so we had to scale back and we had to try to change the way that's all it's gonna be. This is a part of this era, is this change of going back into the old guard. That's what we're seeing in front of our faces in real time. We just got to open our eyes and see it. But that's what I think is happening right now. Let me know what y'all think, man. But yeah, like I said, I think that that's exactly what the NBA is pushing. And currently, y'all can take a look at this with me. Currently, we have 8 teams that are under 110 points in defensive rating. That is the lowest that is the most teams. So last year there was only 1. Year before that there was only 1. Did I do this? Oh yeah, I did. 2021, 2022. So here there was 9. So the most is 2021, 2022. 2020, 2021. There was only 5 teams under 110. 2019, 2020. When we had, over 10 teams under 110. So we have a much more defensive league than we've seen in recent memory. And not only do we have good defensive teams, but 103.1 is historically really, really good. And when you take into account how much people score nowadays, that makes that number for the Oklahoma City Thunder that much more impressive. So, like I said, I think there's a shift going on in the NBA. We're heading towards, honestly, a brand of basketball that I've I've grown up to enjoy and like. But let's see what happens. Now, before we get up out of here, we got to talk about this because assistant coach Darvin Ham had this to say. And he was talking about the Lakers situation. He said, to do as well as I did, I swear to God, anywhere else I'm probably looking at an extension with what I did, he told Mark Spears of Anscape. I'm not talking about feelings. I'm talking about actual facts. They go from not making it to the playoffs to the Final Four in the NBA, the conference finals, and then you win the in-season tournament. Navigate through all the injuries and win both your play-in games to get to the playoffs. People always talk about us losing to Denver, but they never talk about how we got to Denver. We beat a kick-ass young squad in Memphis, and we beat Golden State. All I got to say to you, Darvin Ham, is salute my dog, salute my big dog. But what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is the problem, man. This is the problem. This is the problem with the play-in games. Is now people want to get a pat on their back for winning play-in games. You shouldn't have been in that position. We're now we're happy about playing games. We're happy about being fucking 10th in the league. Try and get into a play-in game. And then, oh, by the way, y'all were up in 3 of those games against Denver. So, yes, people are going to talk about y'all losing to Denver. You should have beat them. You were up. But he didn't want to talk about that part. And what makes it funny about this statement is like, so it promotes media 100%. 100%. The other thing about this comment is like, so what are you saying about your situation now with Doc Rivers? Are you saying you're the reason why they're all of a sudden doing well because they weren't doing this well when it was just Doc? So what do you mean by that? I need the Drewski. What you mean by that? But yeah, I don't know. This guy is on Mars. Like, they just won the in-season tournament. Like, 10 teams don't make postseason, and half of those aren't even trying. No, 100%. Like, he's really this hyped over an in-season tournament. And that's the other part, too. I think this Cup mini tournament, I think it's fantastic. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think it's fantastic. I think the teams are competing. The games are tough. I enjoy the way the games are called. Outside of that Houston Golden State game, but I've enjoyed these games. They're competitive. They're tough. I think it could also force teams to come into the season more prepared than they've had to ever in the history of the NBA. You know, you've had years where players and teams, you know, get their legs under them when the season starts, but maybe the in-season tournament, because it's so early, now it forces guys to come in more prepared and teams to come in more prepared. So all of that stuff is great. I absolutely hate the way that they fucking celebrate the championship, the trophies. I fucking hate it. The t-shirt and the hat says 2024 champions. It says NBA Emirates Cup really small on the bottom. It's not a championship. Not like that, y'all. We gotta stop that part. Like, I was joking. I was like, oh, yeah, they gonna get a whole trophy. Like, why don't they just get a medal? Come to find out, they fucking get both. They get both a championship and a medal. You don't even get a medal for winning an NBA championship, but you get a medal and a trophy for a cup championship. See, like it's shit like that. And then you got Darvin Ham talking his shit like this means anything. It's great, y'all. Y'all have been the best team up until December, I guess you could say. Or in these cup games up until December. Bucks are 7-0 in the cup. In the cup. Through pool play and through the bracket. But like we can't, like we're not gonna act like both of those teams that played on Tuesday are gonna make a deep playoff run. Like that's not what we about to do. Like, only one of those teams are going to make a deep playoff run, and it's not the Milwaukee Bucks. So, are we going to have 2 consecutive years in a row where the in-season tournament champion gets bounced out of the first round of the playoffs? Is that what we're going to have? Because now we're going to have some different conversations going into next season about what type of bullshit this is, even though the games are great. All they should get is maybe a t-shirt. If I was the organization, I wouldn't even sell that merch. They should have it on like a white t-shirt with some Sharpie written on it. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, and by the way, where was this? Let's see. We got to see this. Y'all have to see this. Y'all, if you don't believe anything I said about Giannis and his relationship with the NBA, you don't need to see nothing but this. Check this out.
Trophy, but 2 NBA league MVPs, 1 Finals MVP. I got it.
Y'all saw that? Wait, hold on. Wait. I gotta put my. Wait, y'all. Did you guys see that shit? You saw him tell Adam Silver, "Yo, keep running my accolades."
And now an Emirates NBA Cup MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, and by the way, after they gave them the trophy, he did not stand with that team not one time. He stood in front of them like, "I'm gonna lead y'all." He started gyrating all over the place. Giannis can do whatever the fuck he wants. And that's a part of what happened here. Like I said, he's the darling of the NBA. He was for all intents and purposes, he was LeBron after LeBron. He was that dominant, when he was on his way to his first MVP and then his first championship. It's diminished a little bit over the years in terms of the public perception of Giannis. But I think in terms of the NBA, he's still the darling of the league. And just being honest, I think that helped them win. It's what happens with stars. Biggest brat. Yo, you want to see him gyrating? I know how to piss you off. You want to see him gyrating all over there? Find it. I'm going to find it. Him and Luka. I'm going to find it just for you, Elijah. Look. This man started dancing and shit. Look. I'm so trolly. I'm in such a trolly mood right now. Yo, you see this shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time.
Look.
Congratulations to Milwaukee Bucks.
He's like, "Yeah, this is my team."
Emirates MVP.
Yeah. Look. He start dancing and shit. Yeah. Yo, they let this man turn around and shake his ass on TV. Yo, listen, man, listen. I told y'all Milwaukee's about to get this shit. I told y'all weeks ago. I told y'all, hey, man, hey. I fear that I know a little bit of ball. Just a little bit. Not that much, but just a little bit. But that's gonna do it for me. For now, I'm gonna get the fuck on out of here. I've been yapping for too long already. I appreciate y'all as always. Y'all have been the best. Y'all showing me mad love, mad support. I really, really do appreciate it. Oh, before I get out of here, Elijah, I hope you've had great finals. I hope your finals have gone well. I hope your exams, projects, whatever it is that you've had to do, I hope I hope that's gone well. For anybody else out there too, projects, end of the month at work, whatever y'all got going on, I hope y'all killing it because y'all are unbelievable people. But as always, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are the best. Celery man was panning too. Hey, bro. Hey, and by the way, yo, they asked Doc Rivers one question, and I was like, man, like, this guy has been an NBA coach for like almost 30 years, and not one person has given him a cough drop. Can someone please give we did indeed clutch? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that. I love to hear that. But what's not clutch is someone needs to give Doc Rivers some cough drops. Someone needs to get him something like some Theraflu. Someone needs to give that man something, because he has sounded like shit his entire coaching career. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm trolling. I'm in a trolling mood. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad you had a great finals. I'm glad everything is working out. Everyone is the best. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all so much. Before I get out of here, please like, comment, and subscribe. All that good shit. It really helps the channel out. We're trying to take this to the moon, and we're gonna do just that. But thank you guys. Y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me, and I appreciate y'all for that. I had a joke, but I'm gonna just stop before y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me, and I appreciate you for that. So thank you so much. Y'all the best. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. I'll see y'all on Friday, man. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Peace out, Elijah. Peace out. Peace out. Y'all are the best. Thank you.